Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Drawing and Talking, where I talk about stuff and draw about them while likely going on unrelated rambles along the way. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, fan fiction. Now, before you run off, I'm just going to tell you right now, and if you don't like it, screw you. This is my channel, this is my microphone, and my internet. I get to choose how I do it, how to use it, how to whatever. Point is, it's my stuff. Anyways, I am drawing some of my own characters for the fanfiction I myself write. These are the Lakeview Peaks adult heroes. I was going to do the whole roster, but, well, I got lazy and just drew the 4, black and white. Anyway, so, for those of you who don't know what this fanfiction is about, these guys are all original characters who are for a fanfiction, the fanfiction being of Worm, a web serial made by Wildbow, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced. Anyways, these guys are all original characters, and they're kind of like misfits that the PRT, the government-sponsored hero group, Protectorate, yes, they are the government-sponsored hero group, and these 4 that I'm going to be drawing are the misfits that they don't really want. Not because they hate them in any one particular reason, it's just because they're not particularly powerful. So they're shunted off to a place called Lakeview Peaks, which is pretty much a holiday spot and pretty much devoid of any criminal activity. So the first person I'm drawing is publicly considered to be the strongest of the lot, also the goofiest, Sir Gobbles. She is wearing a turkey suit. In terms of her backstory, and spoilers for those of you who haven't read this, spoilers, she was previously a criminal, she got busted, and to pay off her debt, essentially, they made her a joke character who tells everybody to eat healthy. Her powers are to eat stuff and get temporary powers based off the food she eats. At first they thought she had an enhanced metabolism, but then it turned out she got powers based off the theme of the food rather than the actual, well, what you'd normally get. So coffee gives her super speed, spinach makes her super strong, she can breathe fire if she eats chili, you get the idea, stuff like that. Now, keep in mind, these are all side characters. They are not the main ones. The main characters I'll speak about some other time if I draw them. But anyways, moving on from Sir Gobbles, who is the leader of the Lakeview Peak Capes, we then have Warranty. Yes, he's got you covered. It's a bit of a pun. He is extremely heavily armored. All the armor is actually mundane. His power is to touch people and redirect all damage from them to him. The thing is, he behaves as if he's the one being attacked, not the one receiving damage per se. So if you shoot him, it'll behave as if it's hitting his armor that he's wearing. So the more armor he wears, the better. This pretty much means that he's useless in offensively as a superpowered character. And because he's no tougher than a ordinary person wearing armor, so he's not that useful outside of specific power combinations. Then we have the Commander. The Commander is the second-in-command person, as you might imagine, of the Lakeview Peaks Capes. He's a bit ambitious, and he kind of resents Sir Gobbles for taking what he believed to be his position. He's a bit of a kiss-ass to the director being the non-powered person in charge of all this, and he wishes he was paired up with more what he believes to be competent people or people subservient to him. Once again, he really, really wants to be in charge, which kind of matches his name, the Commander. His power is the ability to give people orders, and assuming they actually listen to him and do what he says, they get empowered for it. They start glowing. So if he tells someone to lift something heavy, they become stronger. If he tells someone to run fast, they run faster. That sort of thing. However, this power only affects people who actually carry out his orders. So in theory, even if you're friendly with him, even if you like him, if he tells you to do something that you don't want to do, you can just refuse and don't get the buff. He's not a mind controller, he's just a support character. And even with these buffs, they don't go beyond the human limit. So if I tell someone to lift an entire 2-ton truck or car or whatever, they won't be able to do it because, well, no one can really lift that much weight. It does, however, mean that in the right circumstances, he is very devastating. So a group of normal people with guns, for example, if he tells them to aim well, they will aim well. They will shoot more accurately than they ever did before, or at least to their maximum limit. but he himself is not all that powerful. On his own, he's really useless, as you might imagine. He has some basic training in close quarters combat, but that's pretty much it. Then you have my favorite character to write, and his name is Flatout. He has a lethargy aura. He can make people fall asleep. The downside being is that he makes himself fall asleep, which, it's not great. Actually, in the story, it's not clear whether it's an effect of his powers or not. He's just lazy, I'd say. The reality is, he's actually the most dangerous of the lot. He doesn't just make people sleep or go tired, he can make certain concepts tired. So he could walk up to a metal door and give it metal fatigue, for example. In the most extreme case, he can make people tired of living and commit suicide, which is very, very evil, as you might imagine. He used to be a rogue villain/vigilante named Sandman before quietening down and, joining the Protectorate, and then, spending all his days sleeping away. So that's pretty much the Lakeview peak heroes, or specifically the adults. There are some kid heroes running around in the background, along with some villains who are laying low, but I'm not going to mention them right now. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this little video about me drawing and talking, and please comment, like, and subscribe. This is Freebie Wits, signing off. Bye-bye.